Hello everybody. Today is Sunday, August the 24th, 2014. My name is Michael Wright, and this is the Outlook video for the Ichimoku Kinko. Just before going forward, please do pause the recording and read over our risk disclaimer. Okay, let's jump right into the markets. As of late, we are in both a Aussie yen and a pound Aussie position, Aussie yen longs and pound Aussie shorts. Let's look first at Aussie yen from an Ichimoku perspective, okay? On the 4-hour, the developments are pointing higher across the board. We can see a nice clean breakout from this zone here, and then the same thing with the double top, and then it came back. You see how prices really came back to retest that zone after breaking higher and pushing. At the same time, from a daily perspective, you have the future cloud now turning bullish. Okay, on average, what you want to see from the Ichimoku in terms of the time axis or the expansion area is about 26 bars to the right. That'll give you the end of the zone. And on average, when the future cloud turns this little yellowish, that's bullish. Those are bullish developments for upcoming days, whereas the opposite does hold true in terms of looking at the overall trend, right? Ichimoku is very good in terms of identifying prices from a trend perspective. You can see the same thing for the hourly developments as well. Everything is pretty much pointing higher from on the Aussie yen from an Ichimoku perspective. Now, matching that with price action, you can also see even here the 4-hour chart is even clearer of that top edge and then that back test. Okay, identifying the trend on a daily perspective is also always bodes well, but really identifying it from a shorter perspective plays out pretty nicely in terms of looking at prices. Meanwhile, if we take a look at the pound Aussie, okay, pound Aussie also doing similar developments on all time frames. First, we see on the hourly chart that the future cloud is bearish. You see the red zone. At the same time, the Tenkin, the blue line, looks to cross over below the Kijun, the pink line, which is further indication for for shorts. Now, adding some price action zones to this chart as well. Similar action as the Aussie yen. The Aussie yen, we saw a back test from the double top, from the breakout of the double top. We saw a back test to push higher. Here we see a test on the horizontal resistance to test, and then now look to eye lower levels on the hourly chart. Looking at it from a 4-hour perspective, the Tenkin already crossed below the Kijun, which is a bearish signal. At the same time, the future cloud is also bearish, providing further color to that bearish picture. At the same time, not to overlook, we see the same thing once more on the daily. So on all time frames, they all point to lower levels for the pound Aussie on that area. Now, pound Aussie, very interesting, and looking at it from a price action standpoint mixed with moving averages on the daily. Okay, we are below the 50 period SMA. I like looking at this also in conjunction with the Ichimoku because similarly it gives an outlook in terms of direction. Now, ideally, we would say this was an ABC. We did pull back higher, and right now, if we break below this double bottom of that 100% fib, we are eyeing that 38.2% Fibonacci retracement on the 1.4379 to the 1.9176 upswing, but more importantly, the 161.8% Fibonacci extension which is located around 170.58. That holds true. A lot of downside we are looking forward to for the British pound versus the Australian dollar. Okay. Meanwhile, since we are on this topic of the Aussie, it does bode well to look at the Aussie futures. All right. Now, Aussie futures show, in my opinion, a bullish setup, because what we are in now is a triangle. Triangles, on average, for those who follow Elliott waves, they occur in B and fourth waves. Those are continuation moves. All right. So, off this level, we can say this was a minor A, B, now larger A, larger B, and then looking for a C wave higher. So let's put that into perspective. Larger A, larger B. Okay, so I will do this. I will say this was a lead up to the larger A wave, because we reject 100%. So ABC, we came lower, but as long as this low holds, we are looking for a larger move in the Aussie futures. Ideally, with Aussie futures move higher, then the Aussie should move higher across the board. Okay, looking for a C wave about 1.0. May take some time, maybe over the next couple of months, as this is the daily chart, but it still gives us that perspective. Also, we would like to see prices break back above that 50 period SMA to add further color to this. From the Ichimoku standpoint, same thing. You see future cloud is bearish, so if we could get a crossover of price action back above the cloud, mixed with the Tenkin crossing above the Kijun, that will give us some validation and some credence to this outlook. But meanwhile, the 4-hour is already starting to show that. Okay, and I really do like this Aussie 4-hour Ichimoku chart, because they break above this trendline resistance that was intact since July 23rd, mixed with the bullish developments already happening, will bring life to everything that we are currently saying. And with that being said, the Aussie dollar usually does the same thing as Aussie futures, and yes, it does. So let's look at for Aussie dollar for longs. I really do like that. We're already long pound Aussie, short pound Aussie, long Aussie yen, but we really like Aussie dollar for longs on a break above resistance to get long for new highs. So let's keep that on tap. Market opens up in about an hour, and let's see how things do develop. Feel free to Skype me anytime at wtcg.mike. You can Skype me, or you can email me at trade@inv.com, or info@globalfxclub.com, whichever one you prefer, but it is still the same support team. All right, at the same time, we will be in the chat room, so you can also jump in the chat room and talk to us there as well. All right, guys, I want to thank you all again. Have a great rest of the weekend, and good luck trading. Cheers.